Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 4.2. I know it's season 5 on here, child. Episode 3. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, Maurice and Kimmy are still sitting with Dr. Francis. So he's sitting there saying, you know, he needs more sex. And Dr. Francis is like, well, I mean, she has a right over her body. Here go Kimmy. No, he knows I have a right to my body. Kimmy, does he? Does he know that? Because from what I'm hearing, honey, he don't. And please stop with the baby voice. Be firm like you are with everybody else. Dude, back up off my body, okay? Child, please. So Dr. Francis is trying to explain to him, you know, the more that he does to embrace her, the more that you'll see her as a person as opposed to just, you know, a vessel to have sex with. So this dude looks at her and says, okay, so what I'm hearing is, you know, the more that I embrace you, the more you gonna want to have sex. Sir, please just shut up. Okay, I know that he did not think that that was the right thing to say. And I knew he didn't respect Kimmy when he left her to meet with Kyle. Y'all remember when he left her at that restaurant and skated on out of there in that tight suit, talking about he had a meeting? He ain't had a meeting all season, but he had a meeting mysteriously when she had to meet with Kyle. And that's when I knew he didn't respect her. But let me tell y'all something, honey, because they tried to come for me. I said let me see, we on season 4. I said season 2, or I think I started reviewing season 3. That something went right with Maurice. And everybody was like, Maurice is such a nice guy. I'm like, yeah, I see straight through it, honey. We see each other. Moving forward. So basically, he's like, you know, in the confessional, it's never about the climax. It's about the fact that you can do it again. Okay, I'm getting sick of this, honey. I'm getting sick of this. Maurice is acting like a hormonal teenage boy that just discovered his genitals, honey, and doesn't understand why it's erect. Maurice, listen, your wife will lay down with you when she has a chance, okay? You're giving Eric Benet, honey. You're giving sex addict, allegedly. Moving forward. It's the next morning and Tisha tells Kimmy she got a text from Tiffany and it said to tell Dr. Francis they said, hey. No, I'm just playing. But she did say, tell Dr. Francis that she appreciates the jewels, honey, and they are implementing them on the way home. Tiffany, okay, you will be blocked immediately. Ma'am, please leave that lady alone, honey. I would be like, girl, leave me alone with this foolishness. Y'all just got tired of being in the hot seat and decided to skedaddle. You probably ain't a bit more got another engagement than the man in the moon, honey, and you ain't fooling me. So Maurice was saying, you know, that the retreat has been a roller coaster, but he'd definitely do it again. I'm sure you would do it again. The entire retreat was about the uh-ohs. So there was no reason for you to feel uncomfortable because the focus was on them and their fakeness. Boy, anyway, side note, what is this boiled bacon y'all eating? I don't like my bacon too light-skinned dreyfus, honey. That bacon was given a little bit too much wiggle room. I don't like it. I didn't like it. Baby, what is this boiled bologna, honey? I don't like it. That bacon didn't look like that bacon was supposed to look. Now, I don't like a whole bunch of crunch. I don't like extra crispy bacon. You know, your bacon can have a little give. But, baby, that bacon was still going heel oink everywhere, oink oink, honey. It was giving very much pig. So Dr. Francis and his wife, they finally come down and they realized that the uh-ohs left. So Tisha was like, yeah, they couldn't take it no more. But, you know, she was just playing. So Dr. Francis was basically saying that he's worried about them the most because, you know, Lewis had some things that he wanted to get off his chest, but he feels like he didn't get a chance to do that. And they could have gotten more from the retreat had they stayed. And he's very disappointed. Me personally, I wouldn't be upset. It's them. Okay. They're the ones that have to deal with their reality when they're alone. Okay. When you look back at yourself in the mirror and you sit silent and you finally realize that your marriage is a sham, then that's on you. Okay. You can only do so much. They're very strong-willed and they think they know it all. So, I mean, there's that. So Dr. Francis said he feels like every couple needs to work on trust because none of them were being completely honest. They already worked on their answers, what they were going to share, what they were not going to share. And he just really couldn't get into it as he got into it. So as the retreat comes to an end, Miss Francis tells Tisha that she reminds her a lot of herself Child, let me find out Dr. Francis is a reformed Marceau, and he ain't fooling me. I'm just playing, Dr. Francis. I know you got more respect than that. So she basically told Tisha to make sure to take care of herself and not just the family. And I think Tisha really took that to heart. She liked being compared to Miss Francis. Oh. In the next scene, they're back home, and Kimmy and Destiny, they're meeting up at this shop before they go to lunch. So Tisha shows up, and Destiny is like, why y'all didn't invite me to the couples retreat? Tisha's like, girl, you ain't no couple. So they trying to get the tea on Destiny and her new boo, and they want to meet him and whatnot. Carlos, now normally I don't really try to retract anybody's job, but Destiny can go and not return. Because at this point, she's just showing up so she don't get fined. Like, I'm all for privacy, but we don't know nothing about Destiny except that her name is Destiny. This is reality like, okay, because you know some of this stuff is scripted, TV. Okay, like we want to know more about you, Destiny. We really do. And I think the issue with Destiny is the viewers cannot connect to her because she doesn't give much. So if we saw her more, if she was more open, then maybe the viewers wouldn't be so divided and they would come around to getting to know her. So anywho, Kimmy is like, well, I don't know why Destiny is so tight-lipped. This is what she said in the confessional. She's like, she didn't tell us about her divorce. She didn't tell us about her business. She doesn't want to tell us about her new boo. I mean, at this point, this is just her. No, we're not going to go at this point. This is just her. If y'all have to share and open up and be vulnerable, then so does she. Like, it doesn't work like that. So they bring up the retreat and they start talking about, you know, how they got to know Tiffany and Lewis a little bit more and it brought them closer. And so Destiny was just saying, you know, in her confessional that she is in a new relationship and she's going to introduce them in due time. Girl, yeah, right. They somehow get on wine, right? Because they're in the wine shop and they see some wine or whatever. And they start talking about Inez. Now, y'all know that's Hotel's wine. So here go Kimmy and her subtle bone carrying. She's like, yeah, well, Maurice said that the lady who helped Martel, you know, with the wine tasting and everything, he was calling her Mel. Yeah, he was calling her Mel. And so Destiny was looking like, okay, her name's Melnica. And Kimmy was like, no. He was calling her Mel 1.0. But I mean, I met with Mel and I mean, she agreed because she said, I think that she helped with their wedding. I think she quit because Martel was cheating at the time. Kimmy, why are you sharing this with them? Go away from them with this. They don't like Mel. Mel don't like them. Were you not present for the Galentine's Day event? But then you'll pretend to be the peacemaker. Well, why can't you go? Okay, Mel, just come to the event. Come on, Mel. Tisha, you think you want to talk to Mel? But then you sit here and stir up mess. So I'm just confused as to what exactly is happening, honey. Why are you sharing this with them? It's not making no sense. And why are you acting confused? Well, I mean, I think she might have quit. I think she helped with the wedding. I can't stand that kind of stuff. So they was like, why would Mel bring that up to you? And Kimmy said, oh, because I had mentioned that, you know, Melnica was in the ATL with them. So Destiny was like, in the confessional, I don't put any faith in any rumor that Mel brings up. So I feel like you should just leave it in the past. Like, why are you bringing it up? Destiny, she didn't bring it up. Kimmy did. She would not have even mentioned that lady in her upside down Gucci belt had Kimmy not brought it to her. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, honey, I don't put nothing past nobody. And definitely not Melnica in her upside down Gucci belt. Absolutely not. Allegedly. Baby, I don't put nothing past nobody. Do you hear me? And I do mean nobody. So Destiny said, well, you know, I've known her since high school and I mean, she's invited to my relaunch and I mean, and y'all, okay, y'all are coming as well. Now, Kimmy just started the mess, right? She just got the mess started. Here she go. I mean, are we back to where everybody's invited? You know, like Stormy, Mel. Why would she invite them? Why? Destiny said everybody that should be invited will be. Destiny, no, because they're going to take that and run with it, honey. That's a soundbite. No. Straight up say, as Mel would if it were asked of her. No, I didn't invite them and I don't plan on it. You remember when you and Mel sat down and had that food and you asked her if Tisha and Destiny were invited to that pajama party that got real messy like? And she flat out told you, no, I'm not inviting them. I'm only inviting my friends. I don't want them in my space. I want my peace. Destiny, that is how you answer a question. Is Mel and Stormy invited? No, I didn't invite them. Moving forward. In the next scene, the men meet to play pool. Marcel done took the torch, honey, of wearing the suits in the most crazy places. So here comes Hotel, honey, with his chest out. Hey, sir. So they start filling Martel in on the couples retreat, right? And he was like, well, how did Tiffany like Dr. Francis? Oh, she didn't, honey. She didn't like him at all because she does not like to be challenged. But Lewis was just explaining that, you know, she had a work call and, you know, just everything that happened at the retreat and how Tiffany was not here for Dr. Francis. So Maurice said, yeah, you know, Marcel was eating it up, that they were going in on Tiffany and Lewis. So Lewis was like, yeah, you know, I just really find it hard to take any advice from Dr. Francis about my marriage. Why wouldn't you take advice from Dr. Francis when he's a licensed therapist? Did you get your degree? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's just whatever Tiffany tells you down at the Chambers of Commerce. Got it. So Marcel was just basically saying, you know, him and Tisha, they've never had to face external adversity, you know, like they do now. Like everybody's in their business. It's stories popping up in the blogs every 5 minutes. So the rope challenge really helped them because, you know, at first they were just walking along, then they started running. And he tells them that Dr. Francis said that he's never seen a couple so in sync and run like that. And I mean, if it works for them, then that's great. Basically what he was saying is, you know, I used to could do my dirt and didn't nobody say nothing. But now all of a sudden that we in the limelight, honey, people know who we are. If I blink wrong, somebody gonna say something. It's gonna be a post, honey. They want us to fall apart so damn bad. That's basically what he was trying to say. Moving forward. And my thing is this, honey. If Tisha like it, I love it. I'm not about to speculate on their marriage any longer, honey. It has been 4 seasons of speculation with the Scotts. I'm not speculating nothing else because the truth ain't came out yet. If the woman has not showed herself, then honey, y'all do what y'all gonna do. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So Maurice said, you know, the challenge really helped him because he was looking at them and comparing his marriage, and he just feels like he has some things he needs to work on. Yeah, because you and Kimmy are not in sync whatsoever. She allows you to lead, but it's not really how she feels. She feels stifled. She just happened to be married. She strung along for years on end, and now she's sitting here talking baby talk, and it's just a whole fool. Okay, Maurice, you really need to get yourself together. So Maurice was asking Hotel, you know, if he misses coming to the couples retreats. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I want to get married again. And child, I hope you ain't talking about the Sheba Sheree, honey, because that ain't going to go over well. He said listening to them made him miss what he had in his marriage. But, you know, the next time he's going to cherish this marriage that much more. Well, I hope that's true, Martel. I really do. Now, I ain't buying it, but I hope it's true. In the next scene, Martel is with the kids and Mel shows up to share some things with him that's being said about their kids on social media. So she come on in, honey, and she ain't never been there, but you know she was looking around, honey, because you know how we do when we go in a place and we looking to make sure we see any sign of femininity. Honey, don't even be wanting you, but just looking around like, I see a piece of a bundle over there in that corner. Okay. No, I'm just playing. But she came on in and had a seat, right? So they talk real quick. And she asked him if he heard about what Miss Wanda said, speaking on the paternity of Sugar Mama. And she was like, it's crazy because didn't you just have to address her last year? And he was like, yeah. So they showed a flashback of Martel getting all in Miss Wanda's face. And so she said, you know, the children are innocent and they're unable to defend themselves. He was like, well, why is she speaking on the kids? So she said, oh, okay, well, it probably came from the time that I was on the nightcap and I said that her baby daddy was in my DMs. He's like, oh, yeah, I heard about that. Sir, you ain't heard about nothing. You know you were front and center, honey. You was glued to that screen waiting on that episode so you could see Mel. And you ain't fooling me. So Mel was like, yeah, I don't want Miss Wanda attached to my kids' legacy. I don't want when people Google my kids' names that Miss Wanda pops up. Like, no, I don't want you attached to them. And I can understand that. Miss Wanda, that's pathetic. Talking about that sweet baby and her paternity. Why would you do that? Like one day she's going to see this and she might feel differently than the other kids. She going to start questioning things, like some things you just should not say. And that's not right at all. So Martel was like, well, you got her number? And she was like, no, I ain't got no Miss Wanda number. He was like, well, I'm going to get it, but I'm going to give it to you because she just make me too mad. And yeah, that's best. Because I mean, I feel like, you know, as a man, you should just let Mel address it. And, you know, make sure that y'all present a united front. But I don't think that you should address it. I think that's the wise thing to do. So Martel said, you know, next time Mel sees Miss Wanda, she is going to address her. And he got her back 100%, honey, as you should. These are your kids. So she feels like they see them fighting and they feel like they can kind of penetrate the surface. But what they don't understand is they gonna both ride when it comes to their kids. They are on the same page when it comes to their children, as it should be. So they both agreed that their communication has gotten a lot better. She appreciates him respecting her boundaries and them really coming into a better space. So she invites him to Destin with them for a couple of days. Okay, so this is when Tank mysteriously, okay, and I'm doing air quotes, leaked them all on family vacation. Child, it's all tied into the show somehow. But, I'm glad they're getting along and they're co-parenting together. It's really good to see. Moving forward. So, of course, honey, he couldn't wait to take her up on that offer. He was like, oh, yeah, okay, well, yeah, just let me know. So he was like, just because we're divorced, that doesn't mean that the kids should, miss family traditions. And that was something that they always did as a family. That's what he's saying in his confessional. And I have to say, I love that for this brief moment that they were able to co-parent peacefully. I mean, we know everything plays out on social media and all over YouTube 24 hours a day. So we know that the communication is back to being terrible yet again. In the next scene, we see Destiny at home with baby Law. And she tells us that she's doing an official relaunch of Madani. So she's on FaceTime with her assistant, getting everything finalized for the relaunch and whatnot. And she was basically telling us in the confessional that it's been in limbo for a while due to her divorce and some financial reasons and the panorama. And now she feels like with everything kind of dying down and things getting better, she can open, up 6 days a week. Now, she can't open the suites because her landlord can't agree on a purchase price of the building. But she's just going to go with whatever she has to do for now. But my thing is this. How were you trying to purchase the building anyway if you were having financial issues and if you can't keep Madani up and running? I don't understand what's happening. But anyway, honey, the math ain't never mathing over there, but it's fine. So Destiny gets a call from her boo, Moses. So, baby, they talking about the relaunch and whatnot. And he said he ain't going to be able to make it because he has a funeral to attend. And the heavens finally opened up, y'all. They opened up because Destiny finally let us in just a little bit. She says she's known him for 13 years. They reconnected after they were both divorced. He lives in St. Louis. Okay, so he a St. Lunatic. I'm going down, down, baby, your street in a Range Rover. Baby, he a St. Lunatic. I'm happy that she's happy. I just hope that she's healed. Okay? I just hope she's healed. In the next scene, Martel goes to the Wine Rack. It's a store down in Huntsville. And he went there to speak to the owners to see if they would be interested in carrying Inez's wine. So he's like, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. So, I contacted Destiny for moral support. And as usual, Destiny is late. I can't stand a late person. Baby, just don't even come. Okay? Just don't even come. Everything's already done. So he gives them a tasting and, the owner was like, oh, it's very effervescent. It has legs. Oh, okay. It's giving legs and hips and body. Honey, she said it was giving all that. Okay. So they tasted a little bit and the owner actually says she loves it. Miss Cynthia, do you love the show or do you love the wine, honey? Because you ain't fooling me. I feel like Miss Cynthia like that show, honey. Tell me she love that wine. I got to get some of that wine. I'm going to get some of that wine and I'm going to review that wine. I'm going to do that as soon as I get done with this review, honey. I'm about to order me some Inez. So Destiny finally arrives. Hey, girl. And she tells him that she wants him to be in attendance for her reopening. So he was like, is your new boo going to be there? She was like, no. I'm going to introduce him or reveal him when I'm comfortable. Child, which is never. I'm surprised we saw him on the pictures. So she said after he found out that she was divorced, he made sure not to let her slip away again. He was like, oh, that's sweet. That's what's up. So she starts talking about the guest list. And so, of course, he asked if Mel was invited. And again, she is not. Okay. And she said she invited people that want to be there. So Martel was like, well, it seems like everybody she thought was her friends. Martel, don't start. Okay, y'all are in a good space. Don't start gossiping. So Destiny said, she really was my friend. This was not a made up friendship. Like we were really friends. And in the confessional, she says she hasn't talked to Mel since the Valentine's Day event. And her relaunch is not the place to rekindle. And I agree with that. Because if y'all are not friends, why invite her? What I said earlier, same thing with her pajama party. And same thing with her beauty launch. You're not friends. So why would she be invited? Something like that, you want people that are going to support you around you. That is not the place for you to be hashing things out. It just doesn't make any sense. And it is okay that the two of you are no longer friends. Martel, you hush, okay? Because y'all finally doing good, so you just stay out of it. So then she was like, well, speaking of, Kimmy met and had lunch with your ex-wife. See, Destiny? See, that's what I'm saying right there. With Mel. You know his ex-wife. So why are you acting like this is some stranger? Oh, yeah, she met with your ex-wife. Just say Mel. You already know the people gonna tear you apart. Then you're gonna get all over Instagram trying to fix it. Just say met with Mel. So anyway, she telling him that they went to lunch and Melnica was brought up and you know, it was said that she was the wedding planner and she forewarned Mel about him cheating. Here he go. Oh, that was a while ago. No. You know, if your wedding planner backs out last minute, Martel, that's pretty memorable. That this lady just quit because she was telling on you about trying to potentially mess with her assistant. That just doesn't sound far-fetched to me. Because I'm telling y'all, honey, my third eye was open with that woman. And it's just something about it I don't trust, honey. He's like, I never looked at another woman back then. Oh, my gosh. Hotel, you a lie and the truth ain't in you. You definitely was looking at women back then, from back then up until now. Boy, gone. So then Destiny was like, well, they said y'all messing around currently. And he said, no, she's married. I've met her husband. I've been around them. And she was like, oh, okay, well, I'm just telling you what's being perpetuated. But why? Why are you telling him that? And so she's ready for him to indulge in the mess. And he's like, well, we just got on a good page and I just don't have time for this. I don't have time for the drama. I'm just going to let it go. They can try to keep poking the bear, but I'm not saying nothing. My name's Bennett and I ain't in it. She's like, oh, I'm proud of you. Girl, no, you're not. Kimmy ran it back because she wanted you to say something. You ran it back because you wanted him to say something. He ain't say nothing. Mel ran it to Kimmy so she could run it back to you, and you ran it back to him. And the running around didn't make a damn difference. Everybody dizzy, honey. Everybody is dizzy. This is a fool. He's like, I'm not getting in this. Martel doesn't want to mess up that Destin trip, and he ain't fooling me. But my thing is, why even bring that to him if you know there's no possibility of it being true? I see that it's outside sources that mess up their co-parenting situation. That is what I got from this episode. I ain't getting nothing else, child. Definitely not no enjoyment. But I see that it's outside sources. Kimmy told messages, and then everybody gonna get mad at Destiny, but not Kimmy, who is the source of all the mess. I don't want y'all to get distracted, okay? I know Kimmy is a fan favorite. Kimmy is a mess box, okay? Kimmy started all of this. Has she not ran that back to Destiny knowing that Destiny does not like Mel? So why would you even repeat that to Tisha and Destiny? Why? She always acting like she's above all the drama, but then she repeats the drama. And that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode, honey. I fell asleep and woke up and fell asleep and woke up, honey. It was giving snooze fest. But next episode should be a little bit better. I don't know. I don't think the episodes are boring. They're just not flushed out. The storylines are not cohesive. The cast is not, it's not gelling like it used to. Contrary to popular belief, the core of the group was Mel and Martel as a couple. And then everybody around them, they would interact with their storyline. So now it's like with them being a separate entity and Mel doing this and she showing up for maybe 5 minutes per episode. Martel, in his chest, they appearing at the bowling alley or wherever the hell they was. I don't know. But it's just not gelling. Carlos Kang, we need some gel, okay? Some Ampro gel. Okay, not that clear gel, but some black gel that comes in the black jar to gel this crap together. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.